So I had a wonderful childhood. Growing up in the country in Albertville, to parents who my brother and I were the center of their lives, and everything was about family. No matter what happened anywhere else, family is where we went to laugh and have fun, and there was total acceptance and love at home. I remember when I was 12 years old, my dad came home from work and he was just so smart, and he said, I've got this idea, and this was in 1972, that could save this company $500,000, which is a lot now, but it was a whole lot back then. And I went, wow, Dad, and he just kind of looked down and he said, but my supervisor won't listen to me. And I remember as a child, I thought, what a dumb supervisor. So as I moved into leadership roles in the companies I worked with or organizations I worked with in the future, I never forgot that. And I always spent time with people on the front lines, because they're the ones that know what to do and how to do it best. And all you have to do is listen to them and respect them, and they will do far more than your wildest imagination in terms of helping you and them and the company be successful.
I worked for American Water for 32 years, and during my career, I supported the chairman of the board and 6 different CEOs. The first meeting that Susan had with her executive staff, she invited me to as her executive assistant, and she asked for input or thoughts or suggestions from all of the executives. And she went around the table, and then she asked me and included me and wanted my input, which had never happened for me before. The previous CEOs had never really thought to ask for my thoughts on anything. So from the very beginning, Susan treated me with so much respect and dignity and respected my opinion. And we continued that throughout the time we worked together.
Her passion is caring for people. And I think the biggest thing in her leadership that I've always witnessed is she'd be climbing the towers on the nuclear plants. She'd be in the ditch in American Water helping them dig the ditches. Over when she was the CEO of Gulf Power, we had Ivan here, and she had to go into the bunker, and the Ivan blew out part of their bunker, and the glass got all in this guy's face and head, and she took care of him.
The eye of the storm came through at 1:30. We go out about 4:30 in the morning, and we looked out there, and of course there's no lights anywhere, and pretty much the panhandle of Florida, and it could be overwhelming. And we came back and looked at the team and said, our job is not to get the power back on, our job is to bring hope back to the community. And that's what we did. There were no hotels to even keep these 7,000 people, line crews we had from all over the country, so we set up tent cities. And we basically had to feed 7,000 people every day when there was no electricity. And it was in September, and there was football, which we know a lot of people love football, so I had big screens set up so that when they'd worked all day and they came in to eat, we would have big screens with football games. Of course, when you got people from all over the country, depends on who's playing. It's not like, so it was a time that, while challenging, was just remarkable, because you also see the best of people.
She would always engage with the employees and ask them to tell her their concerns. She would take those questions, knowledge, suggestions, and on the plane ride home, she would email the executive whose responsibility whatever was suggested would be. And when she got into the office the next day, she expected them to come to her with solutions, suggestions, acknowledgement. If she didn't know the answer, she would tell the employees, I don't know, but I'll get you the answer. And she would have it for them the next day. And she would write back to that employee directly. That meant so much to the employees of American Water.
I mean, she's very good about keeping family close and, staying in touch. I swim, and she made it like a point to go as many swim meets as she could. And that, really just showed how, I am a priority. She'll go to any event you ask her to. She makes it a point to be early, to ask you how your day is when you see her.
One of the reasons that I loved my time being CEO of American Water was I wanted the opportunity to show that a company can be wildly financially successful, and we were an S&P 500 company on the New York Stock Exchange, and at the same time be great to your employees, be great to your customers, and make your communities better.
So we're passionate about what we do, and we care about it. I think, you know, she and I both can say the old adage, we don't really work because we do what we choose to do. And we worked really hard to be able to say that. I mean, sometimes when you're younger, you have to work for people you really don't want to. But, you know, now we just really pick projects and things that are fun and, you know, that I think is going to make a big difference in the world that we live in and the people.
He's perfect except for one thing. He graduated from the University of Alabama. But he's come around and he loves Auburn more than Alabama, so we're good now.